Economic and Social Research Council, the University of Exeter and the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts are holding this event today. Additionally to the National Alliance of Women's Organisations for allowing me the opportunity to address you. My name is Lucy Cole and I'm in Year 13 at Stroud High School in Gloucestershire. I was part of NAWO's youth delegation at the 61st Commission on the Status of Women, or CSW, this year. CSW is the annual policy-making gathering at the United Nations headquarters in New York, where almost all governments, many NGOs and individuals gather to revise the global plan for gender equality. As part of NAWO's delegation, I was able to speak about creating space for young women and girls in civil society. Today I'd like to share my thoughts on leadership and opportunities for young women as they grow through education. According to the Oxford Dictionary, the definition of leadership is the action of leading a group of people or an organisation. For me, leadership is also having the confidence in expressing my thoughts to the people around me and not being afraid of what they respond in return. I consider myself to be a good leader, and I'm going to talk to you today on how I have come to define myself as a leader and how we can inspire young women to do the same. Leadership requires confidence, and this is something that I gained from a young age through extra activities in drama activities in school. Discovering that I was more than happy to put on a ridiculous outfit and perform in front of an audience gave me the confidence to be myself out of the theatre. Now I appreciate that drama isn't for everyone, but I feel that participation in extra activities surrounded by a young woman's interest can provide the confidence needed to become a leader. In a survey led by the maths doctor, it was found that the majority of primary school children do an average of 3.2 extra activities a week, decreasing to 1.7 activities when moving into secondary school. At secondary school, it's then reported that 81% of secondary school teachers are concerned about their pupils' mental health, in comparison to 31% of primary school teachers. I believe these sets of statistics to be linked, proving the benefit of activities outside of school. I appreciate that many extra activities cost extra money, and that for some parents it's a real struggle to fund this. However, I would like to see more charitable organisations supporting young women, gaining experience and confidence through activities in their interests. Something that could be beneficial would be your organisations leading confidence-building workshops, where they can learn about your organisation at the same time as learning about leadership. Activities could be centred around leadership, such as teamwork games, where leaders are swapped to ensure everyone has a turn, while showing them how leaders work in your organisations, and I think this would motivate and provide young women with an inspirational experience. One of my main interests as a growing woman is gender equality and the fight to achieve an equal world. Despite taking part in numerous activities outside of school, I still hadn't found something to fulfil my interest in feminism. I was extremely fortunate that NAWO offered an opportunity to the annual Commission on the Status of Women to students in my sixth form, and I immediately applied. The application process was intense, so I made it through and was offered the opportunity of a lifetime. I did also have friends who didn't make it through, but they said that the application process set out by NAWO built them as a person and made them learn things about themselves that they never knew before applying. The final group of 20 young girls had weekly meetings after school and a training day with the organisation's chair, Sarah Hainsworth. We learned about the history of CSW and what the event has achieved, and as a pre-CSW meeting, we were able to practice our speeches in front of a smaller audience in London, and this small amount of public speaking before the event grew my confidence tremendously, as I discovered that I didn't have to shy away from my views as others respected them too. CSW is a very unique opportunity that broadened my horizons to the amount of NGOs put in, as I previously thought that it was solely the government that implemented changes. Even my parents noticed that I flew to New York as a teenager and returned as a young adult. NAWO gave me the chance to surround myself with a group of like-minded young women who are passionate about feminism and equal society, which is a rare event in my generation, as many young women shy away from using the word feminist because of the stigma that surrounds it. I would like to see more organisations creating spaces for young women to share their experiences about feminism and discuss their future goals, whether that's an individual goal or a goal they can achieve as a group. Attending CSW 61 inspired me to share the event with young women. After CSW, many young women write blog posts and reports about what they want to achieve and what they found out at the event. As part of the upcoming generation of young women, I thought that making videos of CSW and feminism would appeal more to the women around me. YouTube has rapidly become a platform for expressing thoughts and opinions. The people around me at school are discussing the most recent fashion trends and makeup products that have been revealed through a YouTube video, rather than information they read on a blog post. With this in mind, I recorded every single day that I uploaded CSW and uploaded the videos onto YouTube. 8 videos were uploaded in total, with a combined view of over 1,600. You may be thinking, why is this relevant to leadership and opportunity? My answer to this question starts with a simple quote. Successful leaders see the opportunity in every difficulty, rather than the difficulty in every opportunity. The difficulty that I recognised was young women not having the confidence or opportunity to provide us with their thoughts and opinions. I saw an opportunity in this and provided my opinions to them to motivate young women so they can see that someone just like them has a public voice. Organisations are already using YouTube as a platform to showcase the fantastic things that they are doing, but it would be extremely motivating for young women to hear about what the organisations are doing from the perspective of other young women on these platforms, producing their own video blogs. YouTube is a great way to encourage young women, as this is a brilliant platform for demonstrating and promoting the work that organisations do that appeals to a younger audience. Seeing young women in leadership positions gives me confidence and aspiration. At school, we have a student-led leadership team of 14 people in the sixth form and a record amount of 30 people in year 11, in comparison to just 20 the year before. And this is because of the students' demand to see more young leaders in the school. When I attended the youth forum at CSW, I was shocked by the lack of youths on panels that were dedicated to young women. When I returned home, the stories and events that I remembered the most were from authentic young women who were sharing their raw life experiences. The other people on the panels were very motivating about young women, and with their expert advice, they could provide us with a knowledgeable and inspirational perspective on moving forward after the event. But I wanted to be inspired by role models that I could identify with, as they are the experts in the lived experience of young people today. But it wasn't just the panels that had a lack of young women. The majority of attendees to the event were also older than myself and my peers. Despite the audience lacking in youths, the weekend was full of singers and rappers whose target audience were obviously the young people that were missing from the event. This is not a criticism to my experience at the Youth Forum, as I had lots to take away with it. But young women need to be participating as leaders in activities aimed at youths, so they can be surrounded by people just like them to give them confidence. And I would really urge you all to encourage youth leadership within your organisations, as this is key to developing a young woman into a young leader. At school, we have a joint sixth form with the boys' grammar school immediately next door. At GCSE level, the boys offered engineering, psychology, geology and catering alongside the standard subjects. None of these options offered to the girls' school next door, and instead the girls offered textiles and food nutrition. This is a problem, as in a world where many corporate jobs dominate in every sector of the world, shouldn't we be offering girls the same equal opportunities to reach these leadership positions? You can't be an engineer if you're statistically much less likely to take the STEM subjects required to study it at university. The girls' subjects seem more domestic, proving how the stereotypes of what genders should or shouldn't aspire to be is still enforced in education today. Charitable organisations need to build relationships with schools so young women can challenge policies like their GCSE options to ensure that schools are offering young women options to lead them into their preferred career path. These relationships from your organisations enable a cultural change in the school and long-term empowerment led by young women. The UN trips that NAWO has been organising with Stroud High pupils provided the catalyst for a feminist society to start in the school. And the most important part from my trip to New York was the support that NAWO gave me after returning to England. Assemblies have been presented not only to my school but to local primary schools in the area to encourage young women to talk about gender equality from a young age. I also wouldn't have this opportunity to address you today without NAWO's support. Young women are keen to take opportunity and let their voice be heard, but for this to happen, they need to be given the motivation and confidence that it takes to be a leader. With this in mind, I would like to end with a quote from H. Jackson Brown Jr., an American author. "Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity." Thank you.